Told you that I wanted to show you just a few more niceties, one more nicety before we leave, but I'm going to show you a couple more before we leave the beginning tutorial. We're getting close to the end. Just a few more things I want to show you. You're really getting a lot of FilePro under your belt, and we've done some pretty incredible things. One of the things that's bothered me throughout this part of the tutorial is that I haven't been able to show you this. Because I have to show you things in order, and you can't just learn everything all at once, so I haven't been able to show you this yet. One of the things we've been doing is we've been pressing, well, let's go add a new record so you can see this exactly. If I go 3, add new records, and I type in, let's say I type in L, or let's type in S, and see what I get. See, I get this browse here, okay? The browse is fine, and it's going to let me pick what I want. But you remember we have a special key called X. We made it so that if you press X, it shuts down the whole browse and everything. Let's press S again. Puts up the browse. We don't see that S anywhere. There's no prompt. And a matter of fact, the prompt says press escape to record and del to cancel. I'm going to press the delete or X here to stop the browse. That's the prompt for being in this field on a screen, or indeed any field on a screen. That's not the prompt we want to see when we put the browse up. Once this browse comes up, there are different things the user is allowed to press. You don't want to be showing them wrong things or things that don't make any sense, like this prompt here. We want to clear this prompt and put our own prompt up just before the browse appears on the screen. And when they pick a field, then we want to come back to this prompt and go into the next field and so forth. That's fine. That's what we're going to do. Let me get into the FilePro menu. Let me set it into VG invoices. Okay, now let's go into processing. When I go into processing, I didn't get it set to VG invoices correctly. VG invoices. Now if I go into processing, I pick number 2. Let's go to where that browse lookup comes up. We're going to go to the label called browse lookup. I do that by putting a tilde first. Takes me to the label. I'm not at the place where it says go sub browse lookup. I'm right at the go sub itself. I did that by putting a tilde in front of what I'm searching for. It took me right to this label. Okay. Right before this browse comes up, I want to put something up. I want to put a little prompt up that tells them what they can press, correct? Okay, so I could just, I'm going to show you quickly what it does. Let's say I want to put up this, show, press X to exit. That's all, that's enough. Let's do that for now. Okay, I'm going to show you why this isn't complete, but why it works. So I go here and I press S. Okay, now you see I got that prompt that says press X to exit. Pretty nice. That's reasonably good. It's a show. It's okay. Doesn't do everything that I want. Let's press the X. When I press the X, the other prompt comes back, but did you notice that it didn't take away that X? Or if I press S like this and I go down and I pick a user, I pick a customer and I hit enter, I'm in the next field, but that prompt I put up doesn't go away. Let's fix that. Okay, and I'd gone to the browse lookup. All right, first off, let's go to where if they pick, when they press enter and they pick a record, I want to clear that little prompt right before I put them in the next field on the screen. Well, right here is where we've already cleared the browse. We display whatever they've put in the address field and everything. But right before we end and go back, and that will cause us to go into the next field, right before that, the way you clear a show line, if you remember, is show null, show nothing. So let's see if this works. Okay, there's our prompt. Now I'm going to press X. Didn't work. Why not? That's because, who knows, let's press X and enter. And I'm going to go down a little. I'm going to press enter. I get the new prompt. That worked. Okay? Let me show you exactly why that happened. If I go into processing, go to the browse lookup line. Okay? I'm showing the little prompt right here, and then I cleared the prompt when they pressed enter. I definitely did a show null. Why didn't it work? Because I pressed X. X X is a different way out of the browse. Remember, there's an exit key. So there's a group of exit keys. We have an exit key called X, and if they're on the browse and they press X, which is at browse key equals X, then I just clear the browse, clear the field 3, and display and put them on the screen. I have to, just before I do all that stuff, why not all display? Then I'll just show null. I have to do it here so that it will take effect if they press X. Okay? What if they press the break key? I'm clearing the browse, I'm clearing the field, I'm doing a display. We have to do it here too, don't we? Okay? And is there any place else we have to do it? If they hit this, or just go right back to the browse. Here's if they find a record they want and hit enter, it will clear it here. It will clear it if they press break. I think we're okay. Let's go try it. I'm showing you, but before we do it, let's enhance this browse a little bit. Let's say I want this to be look like one of those keystrokes. Put a space around the X, and we'll put reverse video around that. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, now our prompt says press X to exit. And if we press X to exit, it disappears. We go on back into the field we were. If we're on the browse and we pick a record and press enter, it disappears and we go back to where we were. Now there are some better ways to do this. It's always better to do things in little subroutines, and we didn't. We put it right in line here, and that's okay because there's really only one command. But sometimes our prompts are really complicated. We want to put more things on the prompts. For instance, if we really are on this field, let's change this a little so that it will do the browse again. Here's the field. There might be other prompts. Why don't we also want to tell them that, well, we could tell them anything. We could tell them press up and down arrows to move up and down. What if they don't know that? Or press next page, previous page to move around on the browse. We could put those prompts along with the press X, and they take up more room, and sometimes you put prompts inside subroutines, but I will show you that later. For now, it's enough to know that you can do a nice thing, clean up this record, and keep the prompts looking correct by using things like the show statement and the show null and so forth.